Welcome to Wealth Chapters, the channel where we break down the most powerful books on wealth, investing, and personal growth, one chapter at a time. Today, we are diving deep into Chapter 10 of Benjamin Graham's masterpiece, The Intelligent Investor, and we're tackling a relationship that is absolutely critical to your financial life, the one you have with your advisor.
And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This is the fork in the road. An advisor can be your greatest asset, or they can just be an asset to themselves. Graham warns us that the difference between these two outcomes, well, it often comes down to understanding one simple thing: what truly motivates them. And that's the core conflict we're going to unpack.
This quote is everything. It's Graham's whole philosophy right here. No matter who you hire, no matter how brilliant they are, you are the captain of your financial ship. Simple as that. You can have the best navigator in the world, but you are the one who sets the course, and you are the one who is ultimately responsible for reaching your destination.
So if you're the captain, what's your first job? It's to understand your crew. Graham argues that the biggest danger out there isn't always obviously bad advice. No, it's advice that sounds really good, but secretly serves your advisor's interests more than your own. And to see through that, you've got to do one thing: follow the money.
This right here, this is it. This is the single most important, most powerful question you can ever ask your financial advisor, because the answer to this one question tells you almost everything you need to know about where their loyalties might lie and what's really driving every single recommendation they make. And generally, it boils down to one of these two models. On one hand, you have a fee-only advisor. You pay them directly either a flat fee or a percentage of your assets. So their incentive is pretty clear, right? They make more money when your portfolio grows. But on the other hand, you have commission-based advisors. They get paid by other companies for selling you that company's specific products. And boom, the conflict of interest just jumps right out at you. Are they recommending what's truly best for you, or just the thing that pays them the highest commission? This is the fundamental problem Graham wants us all to see. And that whole conflict of interest thing, it leads us to this really crucial legal idea: fiduciary duty. See, an advisor who is a fiduciary is legally and ethically bound to put your interests first, always. It is the absolute highest standard of care there is. So right after you ask how they get paid, your next question should be, are you a fiduciary? It's that important. Okay, so we've laid out the potential problem pretty clearly. Now, what's Graham's solution? Well, it isn't to go fire all advisors or to become a Wall Street expert overnight. No, it's about practicing something he calls informed oversight. And this is your most powerful defense. And here is the best part. Graham is not telling you that you need a degree in finance to pull this off. Not at all. He's just saying you can't fall asleep at the wheel. You have to stay involved, you have to ask good questions, and you have to understand the basic direction your financial ship is headed. You just need to be an engaged captain. So how do we actually do that? Well, it breaks down into these three pretty simple steps. First, you set the destination. What's your actual strategy? Are you trying to grow like crazy or just preserve what you have? Second, you question the course. Anytime your advisor suggests a change, you ask why. How does this move get us to our destination faster or maybe safer? And third, you check the logbook. You've got to regularly look at how your portfolio is actually doing compared to your goals in the market. It's a simple but incredibly powerful framework. Now, I know all this talk about conflicts and checking up on people might sound a little defensive, but the goal here isn't to build a relationship based on suspicion. It's about building one on a foundation of clarity and transparency. Because once you understand the potential traps, you can work to build a truly powerful partnership. The right advisor, on the right terms, can be your greatest ally on this journey. And this is where that captain and navigator metaphor really clicks into place. It clarifies the ideal roles perfectly. Your advisor, they bring the technical expertise. They're the navigator who knows the currents, the weather patterns, all the best routes. But you, the investor, you provide the single most important piece of the puzzle: where you actually want to go. Your goals, your risk tolerance, that's the destination. And a truly great partner does so much more than just pick investments. You know, their real value is often being a kind of behavioral coach. They're the ones who give you a disciplined framework so you don't chase after some hot new trend or panic sell when the market gets scary. They act as a rational sounding board. And maybe most importantly, they're the one who keeps reminding you of the destination you set in the first place, keeping you focused when all the short-term noise gets way too loud. So if you take just one thing away from this entire chapter from Graham, it's this. It's a message of empowerment. Knowing how the system works and committing yourself to that informed oversight. Those are the tools that guarantee you stay firmly in control of your own financial destiny. And all of this leaves us with one final crucial question. And I want you to really think about this for your own situation. When you talk with your advisor, are your conversations about your goals, your timeline, and your strategy? Or does it feel more like you're being sold the product of the month? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know about who is truly the captain of your ship.